Hello dear students, welcome to a new episode. In this episode, we'll be working on the first part of the parallelism. If a straight line N cuts two straight lines L and M, as shown in the opposite figure, then we get 8 angles. We can classify these angles into pairs of angles. The first type are the alternate angles. Alternate angles are the angles making zigzag with each other, like angles 4 and 6 and angles 3 and 5. The second type, the corresponding angles, like angles 1 and 5 together, angles 2 and 6 together, angles 3 and 7, and angles 4 and 8. The third type are the interior angles on the same side of the transversal, like angles 3 and 6 and angles 4 and 5. Relation between pairs of angles formed from two parallel straight lines and a transversal to them. If a straight line intersects two parallel lines, then each two alternate angles are equal in measure, and each two corresponding angles are equal in measure. Each two interior angles in the same side of the transversal are supplementary. What do you mean by supplementary? Their sum is 180 degrees. Let's go to exercise number 1. In each of the following figures, find the measure of the angle which is marked by a question mark by giving the reason. In question 1, this angle that is given by question mark is 80 degrees. Why is it 80 degrees? Because of alternate angles. So it's an alternate angle with angle AMN, so it's equal to 80 degrees. So it's equal to 80 degrees. For question 2, as you can see here, this angle that has the question mark is corresponding to this angle. So, for question 2, the measure of angle EFZ is equal to 60 degrees as its corresponding angle. So, this one is 60 degrees because corresponding to angle MEX. So, this angle, which is labeled by the question mark, its measure is 180, take away the 60, so it is 120 degrees. For question 3, the measure of angle B is 70 degrees for being an alternate angle. And the measure of angle C is 180. Take away the 70, which is equal to 110 degrees for interior angles of the same side of the transversal. Exercise number 2. In the opposite figure, B belongs to AC and BE ray is parallel to CD ray, and the measure of angle ABE is 130 degrees. How can we find the measure of angle C? As you can see here, this angle and this angle are alternate angles that are equal in measure. So how can I get this angle? It's 180, take away the 130, so this angle is 50 degrees. So angle C is also 50 degrees. So the right answer here is choice C. Question 2. In the opposite figure, if BE ray bisects angle ABC, then here, if this is 32 degrees, this one is also 32 degrees. And the ray BA is parallel to the ray CD, and angle ABE is 32, then what is the measure of angle C? Angle C is equal to this angle, which is angle ABE, because they're alternate angles. So angle C, its measure is 32 plus 32, which is 64 degrees. So the measure of angle C is 64 degrees. Question 3. If AB ray is parallel to CD ray and the measure of angle EAC is 130 degrees and the measure of angle EAB is 90 degrees, how can we find the measure of angle C? As you can see here, that this angle and angle C are two interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So to find the measure of this angle, it's 360, take away the sum of 130 plus 90. So this angle is 140 degrees. So measure angle C is 180 minus the 140, so it is 40 degrees. So for question 3, it is 40 degrees. Question 4. In the opposite figure, if AB is parallel to DE ray and angle D is 128 degrees, the measure of angle A is equal to the measure of angle B, and C belongs to AD, how can we find the measure of angle B? You can see that angle A with angle D are interior angles with the same side on the transversal. So angle A is 180 minus the 128. So angle A is 52 degrees. If angles A and B are equal in measure, so for sure angle B is also 52 degrees. Question 5. In the opposite figure, if AB ray is parallel to CD and AB ray is parallel to EF ray, and the measure of angle A is 60 degrees and the measure of angle E is 35 degrees, how can we find the measure of angle ACE? If we want to find this angle will be 180 minus 35, interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So this angle is 145 degrees. And this angle, 180 minus 60, this is 120. To find the measure of angle ACE, it's 360 minus 120 plus 145, so it is 95 degrees. So the measure of angle ACE is 95 degrees. Question 6. In the opposite figure, if the measure of angle D is 45 degrees, where DE ray is parallel to CA ray and CD segment is parallel to BF ray, then what is the measure of angle ABF? The question here wants you to find the measure of this angle. As long as, so you can see here that angle C is also 45 degrees because angles D and C are alternate angles. So the measure of angle ABF is also 45 degrees as corresponding angles. So ABF is 45 degrees. Let's now go to the evaluation part. Question 1. In the opposite figure, CD is parallel to AB, where the measure of angle C is 110, and AD is parallel to BF, where BF ray bisects angle CBE. Where E belongs to AB, how can we find the measure of angle A? As you can see here, angle C with angle CBE, they are alternate angles. So this is 110 degrees. So each one of them is 55. And angle A with angle BFE are corresponding angles. So angle A is equal to angle FBE, which is 55 degrees. Question 2. In the opposite figure, what is the value of x? The 2x and the 80 are corresponding angles, so they're equal to each other. So 2x equals 80, then x equals 40. So the right answer for question 2 is choice A. Dear students, by finishing this part, we came to the end of our session. Thank you and good luck.